Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Sit Around the Fire. You are getting into the space where we have real, unfiltered conversations about mental health, personal growth, and what it actually takes to heal and to actually show up fully in your life. I'm your host, Ashlea Dillard, a therapist, a hypnotherapist, and a former first responder. And this podcast is here to challenge the way that you think. It's going to help you reconnect with yourself and remind you that transformation is always possible. In today's episode, I'm wondering if you've ever had one of those days. Now, I'm talking about one of those days where you wake up feeling tired. You move through your day tired, and no matter how much rest that you actually get, you're still really freaking tired, and it doesn't actually go away. You may find yourself asking questions like, why am I so stinking exhausted? Am I missing something? Do I just need more sleep? But what if I told you that your exhaustion may not be physical at all? Lately, this has been something that I've been noticing in my own life too. Feeling really tired, even when I'm doing all of the right things. Getting enough sleep, eating well, working out, showing up, doing all the things, and still feeling like my energy just is not where I really want it to be. And I see this all the time with the clients that I work with. People who are doing everything that they possibly can to take care of themselves, but still feeling so incredibly drained. What we often default to is these beliefs, these ideas that I need more sleep. I need better supplements. I need to fix something physically. And yeah, sometimes that is true. Sometimes you need to make better choices for yourself. But a lot of the time, the exhaustion that you're actually feeling is coming from a place that's so much deeper. Now, let me explain this to you here because your body doesn't just get tired from doing too much physically. It's getting tired from carrying all this emotional weight. You know what I'm talking about. It's that constant decision making, always thinking, always ruminating. It's that suppressing what you actually feel. It's staying in a low level state of stress or hyper awareness all of the time. That's why rest never feels very restful. Your nervous system is always working. Your nervous system is always on tilt. Even when you're sitting still, even when you think you're resting, this whole mind running all of the time scenario. Your body is holding on to tension. You're bracing for things, and your system doesn't feel safe enough to actually stop and to actually relax. You're not really resting, you're just paused in a state of activation. Now, let's break down a few of the biggest energy drains that I would say I personally feel, but then I also see a lot in the people that I work with. Number one is the emotional load. What I'm talking about here is carrying things that you haven't processed, things that are left kind of like a bunch of undigested food in your stomach, those things that are just sitting there. And what I'm speaking to here are the conversations that you continue to replay in your mind over and over and over again. It's those what ifs, or I should have said this, or what did they mean when they said this thing to me? It's feelings that you are avoiding. That's right. You heard me correctly. You are avoiding your stinking feelings, and those are causing stress. Those are causing havoc within you because you're refusing to let yourself actually feel what you're feeling. And can we leave a moment here to talk about the stress that you're holding on to? Because Lord knows that there is a ample amount of stress around in the world that we live in, and we choose to allow those external things really have a major impact on our internal state. All of these things require energy. And I want to remind you that our bodies operate off of energy. Literally, our brain operates off of energy. Our heart has its own electrical network. Is that all of these things, this carrying things that you haven't actually processed and let go of, these ruminating, these spinning thoughts, the feelings that you're just pushing down over and over again, and the stress that you are taking on is requiring a massive energy demand. And PSA here, you only get a certain amount of energy in life, literally. And so if you're clicking the clock faster than you're actually filling it up, like, it's not going to end up being very pleasant for you in the long run. The second thing we see a lot here is decision fatigue. Now, this is where we get into that constantly thinking mindset. And I'm going to tell you that I'm here with you as well. It's these thoughts that continue, this dialogue that continues to go in your head in these moments where you're thinking, what should I do? Am I doing the right thing? What's coming up next? What do I need to plan for? It's being caught in this flight state of trying to be 10 decisions ahead of where I am right now in this current moment. It's that problem solving, that overthinking aspect of our mind that is constantly online all of the time, making small decisions all day long that begin to add up, and your brain gets so tired because it's just making decision after decision after decision. Have you ever found yourself going home, let's say after shift or even after work in general, and your significant other is like, "What do you want to eat for dinner?" And you're like, "I don't know, just make a stinking decision." Like, "Well, what do you want?" I don't know, literally. My brain is so tired, I can't even make a decision about what kind of food sounds good or what I want. That's what I'm speaking to when I talk about this decision fatigue. Now, the third thing here, you're going to like this one: suppressed emotions. When you don't allow yourself to feel something, your body holds it in instead. And all of that tension, that internal holding, that's exhausting. You've heard me speak about this before if you've listened to any past episodes, and I will invite you to go check out this one as well, particularly the episode on being the strong one. But what happens is when we have these emotions, and if we look at emotions are just energy in motion, and all that chemical reaction in your body needs is just to be able to burn off. But instead of doing that method, we decide that we need to push stuff down because we don't like feeling uncomfortable. What happens here is that emotion that we're already feeling, whether it's joy or sadness, whether it's fear or love, of those emotions, any emotion is requiring an amount of energy. But what happens in some of these uncomfortable emotions is that we take the tactic, we decide that we need to push things down and we don't want to feel it. So if that emotion of fear is already requiring 40% energy demand within our system, that emotion just being there, because fear is a giant energy suck, you guys. It takes a lot of energy and it comes with a lot of extra sprinkles in terms of anxiety, in terms of panic, in terms of overthinking, in terms of all of those things come with fear. So it requires a lot of energy demand on the system. But now, if I'm taking the method of just pushing stuff down, not allowing things to breathe, to just move, to relax, and let it process, that's requiring an extra 40% on top of what we already have. So we know 40 plus 40 is 80. It's requiring 80% of your energy just to this single emotion. We know that all of us humans are complex beings and we all have a lot of different emotions. Fear might be taking up 80%, but then something else like anger could also be taking up another percentage. And I'm telling you, listen to me, we only have so much energy to spend. It's exhausting. Now, always being on. When I say on, I'm talking to you, the high performers, the helpers, of course, the first responders, the people who are the strong ones. You are very used to being alert. You are incredibly used to being aware, and you're incredibly used to being ready all of the time. This hypervigilance I'm speaking to, this always being ready in this threat state. Your nervous system doesn't always know or ever really know how to turn that off. Let me give you an example. Going to a movie theater and being very uncomfortable sitting anywhere besides close to the exit, or being in, this happened to me, sitting in an old theater at a concert on the second floor of a very old building where there was one single fire escape, and being stressed out, so distracted from the whole show the entire time because all I could think about is it is going to be panic and chaos trying to get out of this place if something ends up happening. It's this constant state of always being clicked on. Nowhere feels safe, whether it's the gas station or it's a deployment in Iraq or Afghanistan. Nowhere feels okay. Nowhere feels safe. And you can't turn it off, you guys, because your nervous system does not know time, place, and event. It can't distinguish the difference between the gas station or between Iraq. It's treating everything the exact same way. So the deeper truth in all of this is you're not just tired. You're carrying too much for too long without a release and with this old primal wiring for these threats and these situations that your body is trying to tell you something. And it's not doing it by yelling. Your body does not often yell unless you get really good at not listening, and then it will yell. But it's trying to slow you down. This fatigue is actually its protective mechanism for you. So the shift isn't just get more sleep. It's asking yourself the question, where am I holding things that I haven't processed? Where am I overthinking or I'm over deciding? Where am I not allowing myself to actually feel what the heck is going on? Because real energy, and I'm talking about like the real, sustainable, showing up fully present with intention, comes from a regulated nervous system. It comes from your system actually feeling safe enough to not be in survival mode all of the time. I want you to just try this. Try this very simple check-in. I want you to just pause. And I want you to take a breath. And I invite you to ask yourself, what am I carrying right now that I don't need to hold in this very moment? And I just want you to be curious. I just want you to notice. You do not have to fix it all. Just start to begin to just create a little space here. A little distance. to start to unweave yourself, your thoughts, from those things that you're actually carrying. You are not broken. You're not lazy. You don't need to be pushing harder. You don't need to be doing more. Your body isn't failing you. It's simply just trying to communicate with you. Sometimes, the most powerful thing that you can do is stop trying to push through your exhaustion. Stop trying to push through your exhaustion and start listening to what it's been trying to tell you all along. Now, I know you will walk away with a bunch of stuff to think about out of this episode today. It's a great reminder for myself as well, and it's a great reminder to have compassion for myself. And I'm inviting you to have compassion and curiosity for yourself as well. Remember that your nervous system, your protective outputs, everything has been doing this job for a while. And it's been doing it to try to keep you safe, to try to do the best that it possibly can. But it's time to have some compassion, some understanding, and update the network so that you're not living in these profound states of chronic fatigue, of chronic exhaustion, this wanting to shut down, this wanting to isolate, this numbing, this withdrawing, this disassociating. But actually show up with this incredible energy, this incredible excitement for life, being so present in each and every moment, being so intentional, being so connected to life and connected in your relationships. It's a whole different way of living you. I'm telling you guys, it's totally worth the cost of admission. So today, just start being curious. Just start listening. I want to thank you so much for joining me on this solo conversation today. It's always so much fun to just sit with you and let me just speak to you from things that are going on in my life, things that I'm seeing coming up in the work that I'm doing, and to just have this commonality around these experiences is so incredibly powerful. So I want to really thank you for the opportunity to be wherever you are listening to this today. And I want to thank you for your love, your support, your continued movement towards this podcast and all the amazing things. Please make sure that you are subscribed, whether you are on Spotify, you're on YouTube, you're on Apple Podcasts, anywhere like that. Your subscription, your support really makes a massive difference for us. So please take the time to go get subscribed and follow us. That way you're not missing out on anything. And also, if you've got some feedback, maybe you're going through a season of this exhaustion or something really jumped out and really rang a bell and resonated with you, we would love to hear that. I love to read all of your comments. I hope that you walk away with some information and some things to think about, but also that inspiration around compassion. Go out there, have an amazing day wherever you are, and I will see you again as we sit around the fire very soon.